History has been made tonight. Barry Bonds hit home run 756 before a sold-out crowd at AT&T Park.
Complete Bay Area news coverage starts right now. This is the 10 o'clock news on KTBU Channel 2.
Good evening, I'm Dennis Richmond.
And I'm Julie Hayner. Tonight was the night Barry Bonds made history. About an hour ago, the Giant slugger smashed home run number 756 over the right center field wall and became baseball's all-time home run leader.
And Bassett deals. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 756. Bonds stands alone. He is on top of the all-time home run list.
It was the moment they had been waiting for, and the hometown crowd went wild. 2 days after tying Hank Aaron's record, Barry Bonds had passed him. Tonight we have KTVU's Joe Fonzie, Ken Wayne, and John Sasaki standing by with reaction to these momentous events. We're going to start with John at AT&T Park, where the game was briefly stopped and a giant celebration is underway. John.
Joey, once Barry Bonds came back to San Francisco, there was little doubt, at least among fans, that 756 was on the way. Bonds had already had a productive night, getting a couple hits, but they didn't compare it to this one, the one that everyone here and people across America and even in other countries was waiting for. He drilled the shot to center field in the fifth inning, and the Giants stopped the game for a few moments so Bonds could speak to the crowd as the new home run king.
I gotta thank all of you, all the fans here in San Francisco. Road and home, it's been fantastic. I want to thank you all. I gotta thank my teammates for their support. Through all this, you guys have been strong, and you've given me all the support in the world, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. Thank you.
The magical hit came on a 3-2 pitch as AT&T Park held its collective breath. When he connected, Bonds stood for a moment, admiring the shot and raised his arms in joy. The crowd, which had been waiting for days on end to see history, was ecstatic. They stood and cheered and chanted Bonds' name, and some of them even got a little emotional.
I knew it was going to happen tonight. My daughter gave me these tickets for a Father's Day gift, and so she timed it right, so naturally, we had to be here.
You look like you actually kind of teared up, too.
Hey, this is a great moment.
It was a lot like Barry Bonds' home runs this year to center field. It was a high shot to center field, the deepest part of the ballpark. It was beautiful.
We've been coming to Giants games since Candlestick Park, and to see a young man like this from Pittsburgh who grew up in the Bay Area come here and make history like this is a very special thing, not just to me, but everybody in the stadium.
This was a moment that everyone here relished. Bonds was clearly overtaken by the accomplishment, and the fans continued cheering for a good part of the game. Immediately after the home run, the Giants filled the sky with fireworks, another salute to the amazing feat that their star just completed. Now, people on the streets of San Francisco away from the ballpark are also excited about this event. Ken Wayne standing by with more on that. Ken.
Well, John, here in North Beach at the corner of Broadway and Columbus, no fireworks, no pandemonium in the streets. If you look behind me, it looks like just another regular night out in the city. No big excitement going on here in the streets. This intersection was actually shut down when Italy won the World Cup, and thousands of people headed out on the streets, but it is strangely silent here in North Beach. We did stop into a bar around the corner, Vesuvio, and talk to some folks, some Giants fans, and they are excited about what happened tonight. Here's what they had to say.
It was amazing. Everybody stood up, clapped, was so happy for him. I mean, so proud. Great to have it happen in San Francisco. It was wonderful.
Okay. What do you think about it? Left you speechless.
Yeah, I was speechless. Absolutely speechless about it. It was the most amazing thing I ever saw.
What about you? What do you think?
I cried. I was so moved. It's true.
Yeah.
They think it was over other issues I have, but it was because of that. It was a beautiful thing. It was wild.
Are you glad it's finally happened?
I suppose so, yeah. Sure. I'm very glad it happened on his home turf here. That was a sweet touch that he did at his home park.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, guys. Whether or not that gentleman actually cried when he saw Barry Bonds hit the home run, and you look out here at the corner of Columbus and Broadway, it's rather quiet for a Tuesday night here in North Beach. No big celebrations going on out here, but the people who are watching it on TV said they were very glad to see it happen. Live in San Francisco, Ken Wayne, KTVU Channel 2 News.
Okay, Ken, KTVU sports anchor Joe Fonzie joins us now with a look at what it means for Barry to hit his record-beating home run right here at home, right at AT&T Park. Joy.
Well, Dennis, there is no disputing the fact that Barry Bonds' comfort zone is AT&T Park, the site of so many of his earlier milestone home runs. It was the site of the biggest one in Major League history tonight. They waited in McCovey Cove. They came to their feet every time Bonds made his way to the plate. And then in the fifth inning, with the flash bulbs going off on his every swing, Bonds delivered a no-doubt-about-it shot into the seats. Bonds was met at home plate by his son Nikolai, and the game was stopped for a tribute to the new home run champion. With his godfather, Willie Mays, handing over the mic, Bonds made a heartfelt statement.
My dad, thank you for everything. Thank you.
The most surprising part about the 10-minute ceremony was an address by the man Bonds passed on the home run list, the man whose decision not to be here was well publicized.
Throughout the past century, the home run has held a special place in baseball, and I have been privileged to hold this record for 33 of those years. I'll move over now and offer my best wishes to Barry and his family on this historical achievement.
Bonds now sits atop the list of Major League home run hitters. Each one from now on will be significant, putting him deeper into the record book. And the home run gave the Giants a 5-4 lead. More on Bonds and how this historic game ultimately turned out coming up in sports.
And a man actually caught the ball. He saw him leaving with heavy security around him.
I don't know if he caught it. He came away with it.
There's a frenzy.
He came out of the bottom of the scrum,
right.
I think.
All right, thanks, Joe.
Sure.
Thank you, Joe.
Our coverage of Barry Bonds' home run record continues a little later in this newscast. We'll have all the highlights from the game. And we'll have a special section on the Channel 2 website where you can watch a slideshow of tonight's home run. That's at KTVU.com.
Coming up next tonight, there will soon be extra security on the streets of Oakland. We'll have the details of a new plan announced by Governor Schwarzenegger.
The former CEO of Brocade Communication System gets a verdict in the first stock options backdating case to go to trial in the U.S.
And we'll have the latest on rescue efforts at that collapsed coal mine in Utah.
2 Bay Area activists are believed to be in Chinese custody tonight. There are concerns for their safety. The news continues in 90 seconds.